Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's been a hot minute since I've sat down and filmed a video on my own, but I thought it'd be fun to film a what I got for Christmas video. Obviously this is now coming in the new year because the time between Christmas and New Year just honestly flies by and I haven't got around to it sooner. But here we are. I am finally filming my video. So I think I will start off with some bits that I got in my stocking because my parents still do stockings for us, which I just love because I'm definitely a kid still when it comes to Christmas. So we get up in the morning and we open our stockings, and then my mum makes a Christmas lunch, and then we open presents under the tree after lunch. So that's our kind of Christmas routine. So in the stocking, some of my favourite bits are coffee related. So my parents know obviously that I now love coffee, despite for the longest time absolutely hating the stuff. So in my stocking I did get quite a few bits to make my coffee game stronger. So first up we have some vanilla syrup. So it's Monin, or however you say the brand, which is what's used in like all the coffee shops. And this one is vanilla, which is my go-to for a latte. If I'm going out I will generally order a vanilla latte. So that's my favourite syrup, so I'm really looking forward to trying that. I also got a variety of coffee stencils for like making a pattern on the top of the coffee. So we've got all these different ones and some coffee beans, and I do actually also have some Christmas ones, but they are still downstairs. But obviously to go with those I had to have some kind of sprinkle to make the shapes. So I've got a chocolate one, a vanilla dusting, and a salted caramel dusting. So I think for making the shapes on my coffee, the chocolate one is going to be the best because it's the most like powdery and it's a darker colour than the other two. The salted caramel one is very much more of a sugar, so I think that maybe will be more of a mix in. I don't know, maybe the same with the vanilla. In the pictures these are all put on cream. I don't like cream, so they will have to go directly on the coffee. And then the last coffee related thing I got is a milk frother. So we have one of these at home, so this is something that I'll be putting away ready for when I have a house. And yeah, that'll be really fun to just make the coffees a bit more interesting. So I'm looking forward to trying that, but as I said, I'll put it away for when we have a house. Another thing I got in my stocking, which I think is also a really thoughtful gift, is this box of inspirational quotes. So I've not spoken about it loads, but I do struggle with my mental health. So these will be good to go to if I'm having a bad time. And basically each one has a different quote on it. So let's just find an example. So this one says, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. There's 100 of them and they all have a different quote on. I also got a box of the only tea that I found that I like. So it's Twinings, I don't know how you say it, raspberry and lemon tea, and that is the only tea that I have found that I like. In my stocking I did also get lots of chocolates. We get chocolate every year and obviously that always goes down a treat. So I'll leave the stocking bits there and move on to some gifts that I got from my parents that were under the tree. So first up is something that is a bit different. It is a little sewing box with a bee on it. It's got bees all around the edge and a big bee on the top, and I just think it's really nice. I love that it's mostly grey because grey is one of my favourite colours. So I'm not someone who does a lot of sewing, but over the last year I have got better at fixing things for myself. So I fixed one of my makeup headbands got broken, so I actually sewed that back together, and one of my hair turbans I had to stitch a button back on. So normally they're things that I would have asked my mum to do, but I've managed to encourage myself to do them, so that is positive. I did already have a small sewing box, but the like the closure bit was pulling out and the insides were damaged, and yeah, it was basically just falling apart. So I wanted to get that one in the bin and have a new one, but I couldn't find one that I liked myself, so I did just put one on my Christmas list, and my mum pulled through and found this one. It also has a little handle for carrying, and then inside you've got a little like pin cushion for your needles and stuff. You've got a little pocket in the lid as well, and then in the top you've got a plastic tray that pulls out, and that's got lots of compartments for bits and bobs in, and then you've got obviously a big space below. And this is a little travel one that was from my old sewing case, so I just thought I'd pop that in there because then if I do need to take it travelling, I can. So yeah, as I said, a bit of a different present for me, but one that will definitely be very handy. Next up, I have a Satnav case. So I've had a Satnav for like 3 or 4 years, and I've always just kept it in the little like plastic bag pouch that it came in because I just never got around to finding a case for it. So I did ask for a case for it for Christmas because I do always feel a bit risky carrying it around just in a little plastic case because I don't want the screen to get scratched or anything. So I've got this Satnav case, and my mum did actually get my sister the same one. So obviously that's a really handy present that I will get a lot of use out of, and it will just make my Satnav last that bit longer. Next up, from my parents, we have a few bits from This Works. So they're a company who does things to help with stress and sleep. So I do already have the sleep pillow spray, which I love. I use it every night. So for Christmas, my parents got me the Deep Sleep Body Cocoon, which is a lavender scented body moisturiser. So it recommends like putting it on your body and in your hands, and then cupping your hands over your face and breathing in the lavender smells, as it is very relaxing. So I do love doing that. I had previously done a similar thing with the neon face oil, which I had a mini tester pot for, which I've still got some left of, but this is another option. It soaks in really well, so I do really love that because anything that can help me get better sleep is needed, really. I also got some bits for the daytime, so that one's obviously a nighttime product, and then I've got 2 products for daytime to help with stress. So this is the first one. It is the Stress Check CBD Face Shield, which says it's a hyaluronic acid and CBD face mist for use under protective face masks. So to try and help you keep calm while you've got a face mask on, because I personally find wearing a face mask very anxiety inducing, and hopefully this will help keep calm in those situations. The final This Works product is this one, which is called Stress Check Breathe Out, and it's a rollerball to perfume your skin and maintain calm in moments of stress. So I think this one is another lavender product, and it's to try and just ease the stress if you're in a stressful situation. So hopefully that one will also help. So one of my favourite presents that I received this year is this dressing gown, which is something that I did put on my list because it just looked so cosy. It's a dressing gown from M&S, because honestly M&S do the best dressing gowns, and this one is the softest dressing gown I've ever had, and everyone loves giving me a hug in it, so that's a bonus. It's also got the nice cosy hood on it, which is a must for me in a dressing gown, and this one is a long dressing gown. This will kind of replace my old dressing gown. I have a pink one that I've had since I was like 10, and that is also a long one, so this one kind of takes over from that one. I obviously do have my Angel Collection dressing gown, but that one's a short one, so I just thought despite having that one, I still wanted a new long dressing gown because sometimes a short one just isn't warm enough because you need some warmth on your legs. Absolutely love this. Oh, it's also got pockets, which are obviously very handy. Something that me and Evan are extremely excited about, because this one is a joint present from my parents for the both of us. They got us an espresso machine. So this will obviously level up our coffee game, and it's really for us to save when we have a house. So at this point we literally have a kitchen minus the actual kitchen. Like, we have everything we could need for the kitchen except maybe getting some nice new plates and bowls and stuff, because we only have the ones that I bought for uni, which obviously are well used by now and we need some more cutlery, but other than that we literally have a kitchen. So this is the Virtuo Next coffee machine. So we knew that we wanted a Virtuo machine because you have more options in terms of size of pods and therefore size of coffee. And you can see on the side of the box how many different pods there are for this machine, and it just blows my mind, to be honest. So we both can't wait to have a house and set this up in the kitchen and just have lovely coffee at the push of a button every morning. We will be trying it out while we still live at home, especially as we already have some pods that need to be used up in the next couple of months. In the box you actually get a little selection of pods, so you get a box of 12. So here are the 12 pods that you get, and as you can see they vary in size a lot. So here's a bigger one, and here is one that is an espresso pod. So they vary a lot, and here is a diagram again of all the different coffee pods that you can get. So we're literally going to have to try them all eventually and work out which ones we like the best, which is going to be a long process, but an exciting one. They also had an offer on that when you buy a machine you get 100 pods. So this is a huge box of pods. So let's just show you inside. So we've got 10 packs of 10 pods in here, all different types, all different size pods. So that gives us a chance to try 10 different types of pods at absolutely no extra cost. And you also get in here the bag to recycle your pods in, which is a feature of Nespresso machines that I love, because if I had to put the pods in the bin that would break my heart. So they take them all back and recycle them, and I believe it's free to post them back, so that is wonderful. As well as those 100 pods, you get 2 months free of a subscription. So here is our subscription packet that came with the 100 pods. So you get the subscription once you've ordered the free 100 pods, and this gives you your first month and your 6th month for free. So you get, I don't know how many pods you get per month. It must be another 100 pods, because online it says you get 200 free pods when you get a machine. So I suppose we'll see when we actually activate the subscription. As you can tell, we are super excited by that present. It's something that we've wanted for a really long time, and just super easy, good coffee. So I've got one final present from my parents that I wanted to share with you. And so I got this card under the tree, which is obviously a gorgeous card. And then my mum likes doing, like, she'll write a cryptic message or something in the card. So in here she's put, which half are you going to buy? I'll transfer the other half to your account after Christmas. So until I opened this piece of paper, I had absolutely no idea what this present was. And the reason that I had to pay half was so that I could have other presents under the tree rather than just one big present, which suits me down to the ground, because it's fun to have a few more things to open on Christmas Day rather than just one thing. So I opened up the picture on Christmas Day, and I was lucky enough to be given the amount of half of a Dyson Airwrap. I cannot tell you how much I wanted a Dyson Airwrap, because I really struggle to curl my hair. I get in such a knot, get confused in the mirror trying to work out which way to wind the hair around a curling wand. It all just slips off the wand. I can never get it to stay, so I never ever curl my hair because it's just honestly too much of a faff. So I have been desperate to try this because everyone raves about it and it looks so simple for doing your hair. I've not tried it properly yet because I was going to try it the other day, then I got distracted after I washed my hair and then my hair was too dry, because obviously with these you do have to do it with wet hair. I did order this after Christmas. I was lucky enough that one came in stock on John Lewis on Boxing Day, so I did actually manage to order it literally straight away. And I did go for the one with the long barrel because obviously my hair is a bit longer and I don't think the short barrel would have been long enough. So in here you get a heat mat which completely matches the case, which I love. You get the actual like handle bit which you put the attachments in here. You get a hairdryer attachment, which I love because if you got just the Dyson hairdryer on its own it would be like £300 or something, and you get that built in to this £450 piece of kit, so it suddenly makes the Airwrap seem a lot more affordable. You get 2 different brushes for straightening the hair. Honestly, I don't really know the difference between these. This one's supposed to be a soft brush which has the pink bits on the end, and this one is supposed to be a firm brush, but I don't really know what difference is in terms of what they do. You then also get 2 wider barrels and 2 thinner barrels, so they're one for each side of the head, so that you can get like your curls going the same way on each side, so both going away from the face. And then the final attachment is this like brush to give like a nice blow dry effect. I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of this one. I think I'll get the most use out of the barrels and these brushes, but always useful to have options. So I'm absolutely blown away that I was lucky enough to be given 50% of one of these, because these are expensive, and I'm really excited to get to grips with using it, because hopefully it will give me more versatility in what I can do with my hair, because obviously I do always just straighten it because that is the easiest thing to do. So as you'll know if you saw my Frother video back in, I think it was September, I have been loving using my Frother UFO, and I have a selection of Frother masks, and I love how they look in this little basket which I got from Primark. So for Christmas my sister got me a pack of the Call It a Night face masks, so they're a good one to use obviously in the evening to like prepare yourself for bed. And Evan also got me a pack of the Manuka honey masks. Now I'd say the Manuka honey and the rose are my favourite masks that I have used so far, so yeah, I'm super excited to have been able to add to my collection this Christmas, and I think I'm set for a while, to be honest. So another thing that I got from my sister Imi is this candle making kit. So it's for making a couple of glass jar candles. So I think this is something that I'll save to do once we have a house. I think it'd be fun to do it in my own space and make candles that I can put in my own house. A very practical present that I got from Evan is this, which is, I'm not going to get it out and set it up at the moment because I will set it up in my car, but this is a phone mount for my car, so it can go either on the windscreen or it can clip onto an air vent. So this is so that I can use my phone for Google Maps if I'm going somewhere that my Satnav doesn't work for, because obviously I do have a Satnav. Sometimes I don't leave myself enough time to set that up, so I do end up using Google Maps, and having a phone mount for Google Maps will be so much handier. And obviously there are places that Satnav don't find, especially working in the new build home industry. When I have to go to sites, on a lot of the time the sites are not in Satnav because there's such new places and new postcodes and stuff, so that it doesn't bring them up, but generally Google Maps does. So this will be a very handy present. Another practical present from Evan this year is this huge bottle. It's a nice metal bottle in my current favourite colour. This one is 2.2 litres, which I think is supposed to be your fluid intake or like water intake for the entire day. So he's given me this because if I don't have a lot of water in one container, I'm not good at drinking much water. Basically I'm lazy and I can't bother to refill it. So if I've got this, I've got no excuse not to drink enough. I'll probably end up drinking too much because when I've got loads of water, I end up boredom drinking. So hopefully this will help me get in enough water in my day, because water intake is super important. It helps with so many different aspects of your body and your life. So hopefully this will help me out in many ways. The next present from Evan is this candle. It is a 3-scent one. You can see the 3 different colours. So you've got, I think, a lavender one. One of them's a cotton one, and I can't remember what the other one is, but it says online, but not on the actual candle. But what's really special about this candle is it's got a plus wick and it's a crackling wick. So this is by the brand Woodwick, which is actually made by Yankee Candles. So these are really good quality candles and they burn really well. And the reason Evan has given me a crackle candle is because he bought himself a crackle candle in December, I think it was, and I have been loving it ever since. So he's bought me my own. From Evan, I also got a jumper dress. This one is from ASOS, but it's Pull and Bear, and he knows I've been loving wearing jumper dresses for work because I can work from home and it's just super comfy. So he ordered a few, and this is the only one that actually fitted right, but he's ordered a few more for me to try to see if I can find any others that I like. So that's a super thoughtful present because I just love being cozy, and sticking to that same cozy theme, he did also buy me some pajamas. Unfortunately they don't fit, but they were lovely ones and completely accurate for the mental health side of things as well. But I do have some pajamas on order, so if I find some that I like, he said he might be able to buy those for me instead. So fingers crossed I do find some new pajamas that I like. So my last present from Evan, and the last present in this what I got for Christmas haul, is a really thoughtful one. So I've been enjoying doing things like paint by numbers, playing the piano, just some bits and bobs that help me escape from my brain. And I'd mentioned speaking to one of my friends at work, and she does a lot of embroidery, and I'd mentioned this to Evan and I thought it would be a good thing for me to try to give me an escape from my head, but also something that I don't necessarily need to sit at a desk to do, because I'm someone who always needs to be doing something with their hands. So even if I'm watching telly, I'll be on my phone just for something to do. It's an anxiety thing, I think, so I want to work on it and be able to focus more on the TV. But in the meantime, he's given me this huge embroidery kit. So in here you've got so many threads, so you've got that many, and it's like 4 threads deep, so there's absolutely loads of thread in here. There's a kit of pins and tape measure, safety pins, and you've got a, what do you call it, a pin cushion. You've got a pin cushion, and you've got some other bits and bobs in there to help, and you've got 5 different embroidery rings, all of different sizes, so you can do different size embroidery pieces. And you've also got fabric and some pens, which I think are to draw your designs onto the fabric before embroidering. So there is also obviously an instruction booklet which I will have to read before starting, because right now I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I've never done embroidery, I don't know any of the stitches, so it will be very much a learning curve. But you've got everything you could need in this kit, and then to go with it, Evan's also bought me an animal embroidery workbook. So it gives you design ideas, and you can also buy the designs to print straight onto some fabric to embroider onto if needed. And I might have to go down that route because my artistic skills are not great, so I might struggle to draw them out myself. I think this is such a thoughtful present. He's listened to things that I've been saying and gone for something that will hopefully also help with my mental health. So that does bring us to the end of my what I got for Christmas video. I do hope you've enjoyed watching, and thank you so much to everyone who has watched our videos this year. We are almost at a year of YouTube, which is super exciting, and we have enjoyed every minute of it. We love filming, it gives us something to do together and to focus on, and we love editing the videos and getting them together, and it's something that we really want to continue. So if you do enjoy our videos, please do give them a huge thumbs up and subscribe, and that way you'll be the first to be able to watch our next videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Happy 2022, and let's hope it's a positive year for all. Bye!